Here we are at Camp Westminster. This is the drive that many of you are familiar with. This is the road in from the highway that leads down to the lake. What has changed, though, is the lodge. It used to be called Van Dusen, and now it's called Worthington Lodge. Expanded, more than doubled in size. You'll see in a second they kept the Van Dusen name. Much larger porch, a great sitting porch. All new windows throughout the whole lodge. You can see there's a wheelchair accessible ramp down at the end of the porch. This can be configured. We could have entire meetings out here. You can see some of the new windows looking into the room that we know. Let's go inside. Here's where the Van Dusen name remains. They call this front room, what we knew as our living room, Van Dusen, and as you can see, it looks pretty much the way that most of us know it. The sofas, the braided rug, the fireplace, the wood paneling, all pretty much the same. What has changed is the opening for the kitchen is now, well, what used to be center in the room, still is, but it's a more streamlined kitchen, all brand new. And it has a little hint of a look at what's in the back. It's all open, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Right now, let's look at the women's side, just as before. But now, when you go through this doorway, you are in a hallway. You're not in a room, but the room is still there. It's just through this door, and there's the bunks as it was before. One less double, so there are 4 doubles. This room sleeps 8. Ceiling fans are now in all the rooms, all the sleeping rooms. So this is the first of the women's room, where the old one used to be, for sleeping 8. Go back this hallway. This is the newly remodeled. There are stalls, there are showers, there are sinks. Very, very ample space. This is all new here, pushed out. Added to the back, more sink space, stall space, shower space. We go through this door. We're in a little entranceway where we will see the large bunk room with some storage as soon as you get inside the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doubles. This room sleeps 12. Brand new windows, beautiful scenic view out every window, in between every bunk in this sleeping room. So lots of space. We'll get to the new back room in a moment. Here's a sneak peek at it, but let's go back through the living room, which we now call the Van Dusen room, into the men's side. The men's side had similar changes. Of course, this used to be a doorway. Now it's an opening into a hallway. And the men's bunk room is the same. 5 doubles, sleeps 10. Same window, new windows, but the same locations. Ceiling fan here. So this is all pretty much the same, except that this entryway has been carved out, and the new hallway doubled the stall space, the shower space, the sink space. Utilized the old sink and the old shower stall, plus new ones here. And this leads into something brand new that they decided to do. Step into another sort of entranceway. And this is what they call the leader's area, for someone to come and work privately. It sleeps 3. It's a bunk and another bed where I put my stuff. I'm going to be sleeping in the lower bunk here. Got my guitar out, did some songwriting this morning. And a nice work desk. Plenty of room for storage. There are storage closets all over here. It's amazing. A large sink area coming into a large shower area. So this is all suitable for a person. They were talking about maybe getting an artist in residence here for part or all of the summer. So this will work for that. But now let's head into the new large group meeting room. Beautiful glass surrounding it. This is the back of Worthington. They call this Vernon Hall, after someone who had worked here before. And it's a beautiful A-frame with a center oak beam, just oak all the way through this. There's the hearth. There's going to be a fireplace. There's ceramic, special artistic ceramic coming in from Doylestown, Pennsylvania this week. And then just like the one in Odell Dining Hall, it will be framed in these stones. So the stones are here, ready for that work to be done. So this room isn't entirely done, but it's certainly suitable for all sorts of meetings. Here we are looking, oh, there's a piano. There is an acoustic piano, a bald one, acrosonic, and now we're looking back through the kitchen. There's that picnic table that used to be in the living room is now here. And we're going to take a look outside because this was an afterthought. They didn't know if they would have enough money to do a deck, and they remembered how much we talked about the deck when they first mentioned plans for this almost 10 years ago. So they built a deck. It's a work in progress, but it's certainly finished enough that we can do some sleeping out on this week if we want to, and some stargazing. Just some temporary stairs. Apparently we're going to put some steps in this week. The deck is gigantic. It's like a dance floor. You can see how it just surrounds this large back room. And then the canopy, open sky above us. Just a perfect place on a clear night to look for stars. The deck is now over where the fire pit used to be. And there's still more deck to be built. As you can see, this part is still being worked on. And that, of course, is the path up to the field where we've done lots of games over the years, banana football and frisbee, up to the road. And we'll be building a new fire pit somewhere in here this week, probably right off the deck. And talking about some other things to do, maybe some tree planting here along this new path and new opening that wasn't here before. They've moved the log storage away from the lodge, and now it's freestanding out there. And we'll just head back in. So that's just a beautiful deck. We're pleased to be able to use that. And as you can see, this center hallway leads right back into the kitchen. Into the kitchen. I was talking about storage space. Look at this. This is walk-in space. There's the table that used to sit in the corner of the living room. Stacked stairs, storage, stacked round tables. There's just storage all through this place. Back through the kitchen. There's a food pantry. Walk-in. And back into the room that obviously we will call home most of the time. And that is your walkthrough tour of Worthington Lodge. And we are the first group to use it in its completion. I was told today no one else has used it this year so far. So we're the first group to christen it. So glad to give you this little video tour. Hope you can all make it up here sometime.